Okay, so update 3 steering teams. It's been a little while. I'm going to go ahead and, since this will be a separate video, I'll introduce myself. I am Amy Siegel, ASA's Director of Programs, and I'm joined by...
I'm Tina Wiseman, Strategic Planning Specialist working with the schools. So today is looking back from, in some cases, probably history, lots of history for some of you. And some of you, the vision statement's not so old, but it's a time now to look and review and revise that vision. We have certain steps that you definitely will want to follow in this order that we have listed on this slide. And the reason that we have student body discussion first is you need to have that student body discussion first and foremost, because what's going to happen is some of the student body discussion is going to be entered in, and then those comments that you put in will then fall into part of the council discussion. So they're going to be seeing some student body information when you have the council discussion. So remember this time, make sure you do it in this order. It's very important to do that. So first, student body discussion, enter in that student body discussion, go ahead and submit it to me. Even though if I don't get to it right away, remember that it's still, it's there. It's just not got the okay yet, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And then your council discussion, you have it. Then you're going to put together a draft. And then, of course, this will be the council consensus person who will type up that draft. Then send it out. You can send it out email. You can send it out however you're comfortable with doing that. Get consensus from the council. And then you are going to finalize and submit.
So let's take a look at that online. And if you're in Update 3 school, you're going to see below the Update Data section, you'll see the Vision section. And we've provided for you in the process, we want to remind you about the ASA Elements of High Achieving Schools. Have a good read over that. In step 2, for our Student Body Council discussion point person, you'll have your instructions to download and all that help in planning your student body discussion. This is where you will enter those minutes. You'll see this is one of our test schools where I've been testing it. And then the report, and again, you'll submit to Tina as normal. After you have the student body discussion done, then you can open your council discussion. And this council discussion is already open. But again, just as you did last month, when you open the discussion, you have the option of having a face-to-face meeting, or you can have an online discussion. And if you're having the face-to-face meeting, just a reminder that all of the tools that you need are in the manual. And you'll just scroll down to Update Vision, and you'll see all of the things that will be provided in the discussion. The council slides, the Monroe Doctrine video, there's the consensus for the consensus person. So everything will be right there. And again, as usual, you'll monitor your discussion, making sure that your council members have been participating. Oops, that's the wrong one. When you open this report, it'll let you know, you can see what your participation, and you can email council members who have not yet participated online. And after your discussion is done, actually I wanted to show you the discussion for this time. There will be the discussion video, which we're going to record in just a minute, and the instructions, the ASA Elements of High Achieving Schools. Watch the video on this page. There'll be a part in the video where we instruct everybody to watch the Monroe Doctrine video. And then we also have linked to your current vision statement. And as always, then scrolling down, there are the questions that'll be asked. And those are in the slides for the council discussion if you choose to do this online. So yeah, after that, you'll do your summary as always. Just put that in and submit to Tina. The consensus person has a letter. We have a sample letter that you are welcome to edit as needed, and you can send that out as a postal mailing or as an email. And a reminder, when you go to your council members, you can download a mailing list or you can download an email list for your council. Okay, then you'll update your vision and submit for review. Do you have any questions? It looks like we do have a question.
Yeah, Amy, I'm taking care of that one. That was dealing with master grade data.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and answer that one.
Okay, great. All right.
And that will be good.
All right. So if no questions about the online system for vision, we'll go ahead. The next thing that we'll do, we're going to go through the council presentation, and we'll be recording that, and it will become the video that the council members watch when they are on the online discussion. And again, the slides will be available, so if you want to do that in person instead of online, you're more than welcome to. So for the last time, Tina and I will go ahead and introduce ourselves for our council members. My name is Amy Siegel, and I am the Director of Programs for the American Student Achievement Institute, and I am joined by...
Hi, I'm Tina Wiseman, and I'm the Strategic Planning Specialist and working with the schools.
In today's council meeting, we're going to be reviewing the rationale for why we do school improvement work, and then we'll be diving into our vision for our school improvement plan. And we'll go through the introduction, the foundation, and then finally our discussion. So quick review on the rationale. Why do we seek to continuously improve our school? One of the main reasons that schools do this work is that they truly want all kids to compete globally for high-skilled jobs. And as you can see, high-skilled jobs require a lot of math and science. We are #1 in creativity. We're not always #1 in math or science. And so we strive to make our schools better so that our students are able to compete in the global economy. We're also seeking to make sure that our students are job ready, that they are ready for careers that exist today and hopefully careers that will exist tomorrow. And we want more than at any other time, we're looking to make sure that they're ready for high-skilled careers. We know that higher education attainment leads to higher wages and lowers the chance of unemployment for students. We're also seeking through this work to decrease achievement gaps for students in lower income brackets and for students of color. And that's why we look at disaggregated data. So that's
now we look at, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, that's why we do this work. And I think that it comes in as you're talking about vision, and I'll hand off to Tina.
Okay, so now the vision introduction. Let's just kind of go over that one more time. And some of you probably remember this very well, but some it may be a little bit new. So when we talk about vision, we're talking about a very lofty, very bold statement of the way that our school would be if all kids had dreams and those dreams came true. So unlike a mission statement where it's just, this is the mission, this is the job, we're looking at vision. So there are no ceilings. There are no roofs involved. It's just the vision, how high can we go? And in vision, you're dreaming. And that absolutely requires us to think outside of the box. And sometimes that's difficult to do. And it's difficult to get some of your council members to do as well. So just allowing them to work on that at their own speed, and then encouraging them just to get a little bit more dreaming about this and more visioning. So just ask them, what could it be that in our absolute wildest dreams that we could see and get done?
And the foundation of vision is our core convictions. What are our core convictions about education and about what all kids deserve when they come to school? So a core conviction is a belief that we hold in our hearts about kids learning and education. An example of a core conviction is all students deserve to grow up in a culture of high expectations. I'm going to give you a few examples. These aren't true for all schools. They might be true for your council and for your school and something that you would want to include, but it's not necessarily so. Just an example. All students deserve to grow up in a culture of high expectations. All students deserve to master rigorous standards. All students deserve to be engaged in their learning. And all students deserve an adult to guide them. So for practice, we have a video that's linked in this discussion. And if you're not watching online, then your council will be your steering team will be showing this. And just for practice, we found this video quite a while back of the Frederick Douglass Academy in Harlem. And this is a public school in Harlem. And I'm not sure that this school actually still exists. This is a video from quite a few years ago, but it is still one of the best examples that we've ever seen of educators who are, acting out what they believe in their hearts about kids learning and education. So this is a video from 60 Minutes, and you'll see at the top in the instructions, there will be links for you to watch part 1 and part 2 of the Learning Monroe Doctrine video. When you're done with that, go ahead and pause, watch that, and then answer the first question. It's a practice question in your discussion. And when you're finished with that, you can resume watching this video. Okay, and then down under this video, you'll see where the first question is. Enter your comments, and then come back to the discussion.
So now it's time to discuss. And so within that discussion, what you're going to be asking the members of the council is, in your heart, what do all students in your school deserve? What are the core convictions? And then once everyone's determined those, based on those convictions in your ideal school, and there again, you may have to remind them, this is a vision, this has no ceiling, this has no roof. In an absolute ideal school, what are the adults doing? What does it look like? What are the students doing? Visualize what the students are doing in the classrooms as you're doing a walkthrough. What percent of students are passing both the state math and the English language arts test? And I know there again, in past years working with schools, it's difficult to say, 100%, because, you say, well, we know there's some students that just aren't going to be able to make that. Remember, this is a vision. You're not being held to this. And so a lot of times if you say, we're going to say 87%, then you have to ask yourself, what 13% of those kids can you put a name to that aren't going to get the chance to pass both of these things? Remember, it is very lofty, it is very bold. And so that's where you want to keep your vision. And as many of you know, you put 100% on these. You don't have to, but many schools end up putting 100%. All righty, and then you'll go and you will answer questions, much as what Amy was just suggesting or telling you, you scroll down the screen after you watch the video, and then there are a number of questions that you ask and put in that information.
Okay. And then the next steps, after the council has had this discussion and everybody's had a chance to have their input and dream for all kids in your building, the council consensus point person on the steering team will write a draft of the vision statement, and they'll send it to you by email or by postal mail for consensus. Consensus means that you don't have to love it, but you do have to be able to live with it and support it. And so in this letter, they'll ask you, can you live with this? Can you support it publicly? And if you can't, they'll ask you to get in touch with them so that adjustments can be made. If you have any questions about this online discussion or about the vision, contact your council discussion point person on your local school improvement steering team. That person is listed above if you're watching this online. Okay, and that ends our council video.
So back we are to our steering team in real time. At this time, do any of you have any kind of question about any of this? Maybe kind of refreshing your memory on how it works online. You've got the tech guru with you right now, so be a good time to ask Amy any questions. I'll be happy to answer questions on content or submissions or just about anything. So we'll give you a couple minutes to think about that, and we'll see if the questions start popping up here. I see none, Amy.
No questions, no hands. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for attending. And if you do have any questions, as always, contact Tina. Don't wait till you're frustrated. Give her a call as soon as you need help.
I'll be here. Give me a call, drop me an email. If I don't answer right away on the phone, always remember, just leave a message and I'll get right back with you.
Okay. Thank you all very much. We'll see you next month.
Thanks.